Let's talk about Chiron. Chiron, the wounded healer. Chiron, the representative of where we have created emotional reactions around traumatic experiences that have occurred in our lives, usually from the ages of 3 until 23. Let's talk about Chiron stationing direct in Aries at 15 degrees. Now, this is likely to feel like a fresh wound is occurring in the present, and we are being broken wide open right now. But we are being asked to examine this situation a little bit more deeply, because in actual fact, what is happening is to remind us of something that happened in the past, and that this past wound that has now come back up, that is now blending very interestingly with this present situation we find ourselves in, that is happening for a reason. Chiron wants us to experience these two things at once, and that might not seem obvious to us at the start. There's a level of consciousness and self-reflection that is required here to be able to piece these two things together, to be able to look at your present situation and your past situation and put those two things together. Because through these woundings, through this wounding that we are now being reminded of by this new situation apparently opening up, that we need to heal that past wound to become present in this day. And that is the purpose of the energy around Chiron going direct. Now, Chiron's whole purpose is to restore our feeling of being one, to restore our feeling of feeling whole, of feeling aligned with ourselves. It reconnects things that have been separated and broken apart. And these things, they need to be mended, and then they need to be reintegrated into us, therefore making us one, therefore making us whole again. Now, when Chiron mends these broken pieces back together in our psyche, this is our soul coming back together. And Chiron can mend broken homes, which is moon energy, broken reputations, which is Saturn energy, broken relationships, which is Venus energy, just depending on where Chiron sits in your chart, what its energy is, what its house is. That is the thing that needs to be mended. So if you want a birth chart reading to get that information, please hook me up on my website and let's do that. And if we allow these processes to happen and we don't fight back, and we can integrate these wound stories, these lessons that we have, these abilities that we have as humans to overcome these things, if we can stop fighting the healing process, stop pushing away the memory, stop pushing away those moments of darkness, we can integrate these powerful movements into our wounds. And as a result of that, we get to feel more whole than we've ever felt before. Now, Chiron retrograding in Aries was making us look at the wounds to our self-assertion and our independence. And Chiron stays in a sign for about 8 years. And Chiron has been in Aries since February 2019. And since then, we have been exploring wounds in relation to our sense of self, to our independence, to our impulsivity, to our physical activity, our masculinity, and how we assert ourselves. So Chiron in retrograde was bringing us face to face with any blockages that we have to our courage in the past and also in the present, where we were not able to feel and show up as courageous, where we were not empowered, where we felt like we had to hold ourselves back from being in our truth. It's really asking us to take a moment to tune into our needs, our personal energy, and recognize how much we have healed and shifted. And ending the year with Chiron going direct with that Cancer moon is bringing our attention to be softer and more compassionate and understanding with ourselves, and trust that healing is a process. And that can be frustrating while Chiron is Aries, because Aries likes to get things done quickly. So it can bring a level of impatience when we start seeing these wounds opening up again. But we can use this Chiron energy going direct to join back together, to reintegrate, to notice the similarities in the past pain and the pain that we have created around ourselves in this present moment. And we can rewrite that story. When we heal our Chiron wounds, they turn into power, not only to be able to help ourselves move forward, but to help the collective move forward. And with Pluto moving into Aquarius in January and shifting between the age of Pisces and the age of Aquarius, we are really looking to be able to bring these wounds to the surface, to heal them, to integrate them into our power system, and to help other people. So never be afraid to face that darkness. And if you would like a full birth chart reading and an energy reading on what's going on subjectively for you, please check out my website. Please like and subscribe, and please follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And until next time, stay weird.